How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I am back today with another Thoughts of the Week video, guys. This is just a general tangent where I talk about, what's been going on with me, my general thoughts on things, plots coming up, just generally stuff like that. It's all off the cuff, no script or anything like that. So as you can see in the gameplay in the background, you may well recognize it if you've been tuning into some of our live streams on Wednesdays. This is Ghost of Tsushima Legends, fabulous multiplayer, and this is me, Dante, Edge, and Savage, and we're basically practicing the second chapter in the raid in preparation for our multiplayer stream tomorrow night. The second chapter for the raid is intense, so we did a little bit of research on it and we decided to have a practice run just to really get to grips with the different mechanics and our roles in preparation, so at least we know what to expect, so that our stream doesn't go from like a 2-hour stream to like a 4-hour stream. But hopefully we can successfully complete chapter 2 tomorrow night, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually really excited. We did the first chapter of the raid last week, and we actually managed to beat it. It came very close at the end. Like, we got through the first 2 sections really smoothly, like clockwork, and then we got to the third section, which we hadn't tackled before, and oh my god, it was so hardcore, and I really didn't think we were going to do it. It came very close, but we managed to get through it. So thank you to everybody who tuned in for the live stream last week and just offered that support, kept us going, kept cheering us on, and we got there in the end. And we'll be back again on Wednesday for chapter 2 of the raid, which actually looks to be stepping gears up with things, so it should be a really fun, really entertaining stream. So definitely make sure you do check that out if you are interested. It'll be up on the channel afterwards if you're not free, but yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night with that. So what else have I been doing this week? Well, last week on Thursday I actually watched the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, which is like 4 hours long. It's really long, sort of extended edition of the movie. It's basically recut, re-edited. For all intents and purposes, it may as well be a completely different story. There are definitely the same story beats, but there were a lot of changes, a lot of differences, and a lot of changes that were definitely for the better. For those who may not know, I am a massive DC fan. I'm also a huge Marvel fan, but I really love DC, particularly the Trinity, which is Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. I'm a big fan. So I was super hyped for Justice League, super excited to see it. I will say, I enjoyed it for the popcorn fest that it was, but I was a little bit disappointed with Joss Whedon's Justice League. It just felt very sort of piecemeal. It was very roughly cut together. There seemed to be a lot of jumps and a lot of editing issues and a lot of things that didn't really flow very well or make much sense. Well, having watched Zack Snyder's take on the Justice League, you can see all of those gaps that have been very definitely filled in. The action sequences in Zack Snyder's cut are so much better. There's like an opening sequence with Wonder Woman. It was just so awesome. There was some really cool combat sections with Batman, with Flash, with Barry Allen. They all really are given their chance to shine, especially Cyborg, who is really given a lot more character development in the actual extended edition. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, definitely check it out, especially if you're a big fan of DC and comics and obviously Justice League. It's definitely worth checking it out, and I hope that if he gets a little bit of support, because I'd like to see where this is going to go, because it does seem to be giving hints of injustice, which is obviously where Superman kind of turns evil. So it'll be interesting to sort of see that and sort of see what that multiverse and that kind of universe looks like. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously, how it does and that kind of thing. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. We watched that with Dante. Obviously, as you guys know, Dante and I all last week were playing lots of Century Age of Ashes on Saturday, which was so much fun. I really enjoyed playing it with you guys. Really looking forward to the early access in April. I hope it does come out in April and it doesn't get pushed back. But if it does, it does. You know, c'est la vie. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully showcasing that on the channel more. And it would be really cool if we could get some kind of like N7 Dragoon squad. It would be really epic. So obviously this week is a fairly big week in terms of game releases for us. On Friday, there are 2 games coming out that we're going to be picking up and playing. The first is Monster Hunter Rise. That comes out on Friday. Both me, Dante, Edge, and Fish from Crack On Gaming are massive Monster Hunter fans. I've heard great things. It's already getting really, really good positive reviews. And we will definitely be adding it to our roster of games that we'll be playing on live streams as well. On Friday, Dante and I are also going to get It Takes Two, which is a co-op sort of platforming game. Hazel Light Studios, I think it is, that's made the game. But the trailers, the footage looks great. Dante and I played A Way Out cooperatively. You can play that locally cooperatively in sort of split screen. It had a really interesting sort of cinematography. Everything I've seen so far, it looks really intriguing. I love the design of the characters. There should be some really interesting set pieces and gameplay and cooperative elements to it as well. Dante and I will be back again on Saturday at 4 p.m. at GMT time, because that seemed to go really well last week. A lot of people were able to tune in and jump in for that. So we may well make that our regular stream. The last thing I want to talk about today is my Mass Effect lore series. So I just have review on fan favorite choices for Commander Shepard. I'm going to be uploading that afterwards, where basically people commented on what their Shepards were like and what choices they made for their Shepard. All these responses and answers, and actually see which were the most popular choices. So that video will be up probably after this one, so please look forward to that. I am also working on my Mass Effect lore series at the moment. I'm currently doing research and kicking off with a soldier class to put that information together. Now the research and getting that information down, that inside out, so writing this information is quite straightforward to me, although I have had to sort of refresh my memory on some things, because you know, it has been a good 8 years since I've played the trilogy, be even 10. It's been a long time since I've actually played the trilogy, but I am enjoying researching it, and it's getting me more excited for the Legendary Edition. It may well take a little bit longer to actually finish these lore videos, simply because of all the different footage that I need to be able to get. I went onto YouTube and researched obviously the different footage out there, but I decided I don't want to use other people's footage for, you know, their gameplay and their segments, because one, it's not my own, but also two, it does leave me open to potential copyright claims and getting red flags. If I'm using other people's footage, it may well get flagged, and I don't want that to happen, because obviously if I've put so much time and effort into these series, I want it to be my own work fully. So what I've had to look up is I obviously own the trilogy on the PC, the original trilogy, as well as on the Xbox 360. But obviously I don't have time to play through the entire trilogy again with every single different class. So I've had to look to see if there's any potential cheat arounds, to see if there's any like mid-game saves that people have uploaded online, so that I can install those on my PC and maybe jump in, you know, part way through the game for each of the classes, record obviously the menus and the different combats, and you know, with different companions with you as well, because I'm going to talk about, you know, the general overview of each class, the pros and cons of different abilities and powers and moves, what those are, how you can actually level and evolve those classes as well, and what options those give you. I'm obviously going to talk about weapons in relation to those classes as well, and which weapons go well with which classes. And then I was going to then talk about the companions that support that class as well and work well in a team, in a squad together. So there's a lot that I want to talk about, and obviously I want to get my own footage for each of those classes. And and that's going to take time, you know, to play through and record that footage and cut that all together. And just like my Cyberpunk 2077 review, I chose not to rush it to get it out, and I was the better for it. And the quality of video, the quality of the review that came out was a lot better. So I'm doing the same, you know, for my Mass Effect Lore series. I know you guys are really, really wanting to watch it and wanting to see it, and are really keen to watch them. And I'm super hyped that there's so much interest there and people are looking forward to it. But I'm not rushing them. I want to make sure I do them right. I want to make sure they're professional and that they're good and they have all the footage I want, that I'm pleased with the quality of the footage as well. So they will be coming, and I'll be working on those probably the rest of March into April, but they may well not be ready and might not come out for a couple of weeks, you know, until I've got everything I need and put everything in place. But they'll be worth the wait. Don't you worry. They will absolutely be worth the wait when they do come out. And hopefully I can get all of the different classes out prior to the Legendary Edition coming out on the 14th of May. Another video I'm thinking of doing as well when the Legendary Edition first comes out is obviously I'm going to be playing Mass Effect 1, and I know many of you are going to be interested to see actually how different it is to the original Mass Effect. So I may well do some kind of comparison video where I talk about some of the changes, some of the tweaks in the Legendary Edition, some of the changes I like, some of the improvements I like, anything I might not like, and how they have perfected it. Because I know some of you may well be on the fence about whether or not it's worth, you know, putting down that money and picking it up again if you already own the trilogy. And I know many of you are interested to see actually how much of a change the Legendary Edition is going to bring, especially with Mass Effect 1 and the gameplay and the visuals. So I'm definitely thinking there'll be interest there for that kind of video, and I may well produce that hopefully within the first kind of week of it coming out, because I have booked some time off work and I'm going to be playing lots and lots and lots of it. So yeah, I may well sort of bring that kind of video out if there's interest out there. But those are just generally my thoughts, you know, things going on this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys have been up to this week. What have you been doing yourself? Please share that in the comment section below. If you've got any questions or anything that you'd like to ask, or any suggestions for content on the channel, then of course please put those in the comment section below, and I'll obviously take those on board for future videos, future content. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of video series. I'm quite enjoying just sort of generally sharing how things are going and my thoughts on things, and I think it's interesting because it may give you insight into my creative process and into sort of how I work on things and how I work on games, and what sort of things I have to think about when creating videos, and also the challenges that come with being a content creator as well. So you guys may find it interesting, possibly might give you an insight into the series or into the channel, or you know, just to get to know me a little bit more, which I know many of you would be interested in too. But anyway, thank you so much to everybody, of course, who has supported the channel so far. Thanks to everyone who's commented, liked, shared the videos, tuned in to watch the content, joined us for the streams. It's all really massively appreciated. We'll be back again tomorrow night on Wednesday with our next multiplayer live stream. So hope to see you there at 8 p.m. GMT time. But of course, hope you guys having a great week. Of course, take care. And as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys.